Hey, what's up guys and welcome back. So in this video, we will be working up with the Elementor styling. Now, as you can see that in the previous video, we worked with the Elementor Basics and we understand it about like sections, columns, and elements. Now in this video, we will be working up with the Elementor styling and we're going to be taking a look at layout, content, style, and advanced tabs that Elementor shows. Let me show you. So basically, if you take a look at any of the thing here, like let's suppose that when I want to edit this button, I'm going to right click on this button and it says edit button. If I just click on it, I get three things. The number one is the content, the other one is the style, and then we have the advanced. So now in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the most of the styling that are used in sections, columns, and the elements right here. So let's take a look at the section one. Now, if you go to any of the section and then you edit it, like this section, and then you right click on it, and then you just click on it that says edit section, we get layout, we get styles, and we also get advanced. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the most used styling that are used in a section. Now let's go ahead and let's take a look at it. So what I want you guys to do is to make sure that you are in the Elementor editor and there are nothing right here. Now what you can do is that you can create a new section by just clicking the plus button and then selecting your column. And then what you can do is that you can add a heading right here. So that's it. This is how your section should look like. Now for this section, we basically use section for 5 things, mostly use. And I will be explaining you these 5 things only, but as you will progress with this course, then you will be understanding much more things without the need of just telling you right here. Otherwise, you will get confused. So basically, section is used for height control. Let's take a look at it. Now, if you take a look at this website, right here, you can see that the section size is this much right here. And then we have got so much height from here and we have got so much height from here. So section is mostly used for the height control. Now let's take a look at it. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to right click on this right here that says edit section. I'm going to click on it and now in here I am in the layout. So in the layout you can control the height of this section. Now height of this section is right here and it says by the default. So when it is set to default, it's going to take the content size of the section and like let's suppose that if I just add another heading down below, my section is going to increase just like that. So this is how the default works. Now I'm going to just delete this heading and I'm going to go back to the edit section and I'm going to come up here to the default. Now I'm going to select, like you can even set this to fit to screen and whatever the size of the screen, it's going to stretch that. And if you just click this arrow icon over here, now you can see this is actually fit to my screen. So when I will just move up to any of the smaller screen size device, then it's going to just set the height of my section to that. Or what you can do is that you can even set this to a minimum height and then you can set like what should be the minimum height of your section. So you can just increase that or you can even decrease that. Now this is really great when you want to add a heading right here and you want to upload a background image. Let me show you. So if we go to itanzl.com, which is going to be our project for this course, obviously. And so you can see that right here, I have some spacing down below. I have some spacing right up here. So what is happening is that we are actually giving some of the height, a minimum height to this particular section so that it just have a breathing space right from the top and bottom. Same like this, we have some breathing space from the top and bottom, and we have some breathing space from this and this. So this is what is happening is that we are basically setting a height for this. Same like this, now we have this inner width. Now let's take a look at it, what inner width is and how you can control the inner width of a section. Now if you take a look at this, now all these sections that we have are actually in applying the same width, that is this much that is being added over here. Now you can see that everything is aligned in a way that our website is looking much more clean. But let's suppose that you want to make any of your section much more bigger so that the content is right here and you want to increase the width of it. Then how you're going to do that? Let's take a look at the inner width. So for the inner width, what you can do is that you can select your section, and then we have this width. And width is actually selected to the box, and that has a default value. But let's suppose that I want to increase it so that it is actually full width. If I just click on it, then it will be full width, and whatever the screen size you have, it will be fully width. It will have a full width. All right. Same like this. If I just select box, then I can just decrease the width. Like, let's suppose that I want to decrease the width, then here should be my content, and my content will not grow outside of it. Same like this, you can increase it like how much you want. But most of the time, we use 1200 pixels for our website, and we do not go beyond that. Like, our content should be right in here, and whatever we want to add, we will add in here. Like, if we need something right here, we will add it right here. So like, you can suppose, like, when we are in class and we want to write something on the paper, our teacher says that you have to give some margin. So this is actually, like, you can say that this is going to be a margin right from here and right from here as well, so that your content should be aligned in such a way that your website should be looking beautiful. Same like this, you can see that our content here, our logo, our menu, our top bar is also aligned with 1200 pixels, so it is not going beyond that. And most website uses 1200 pixels to be their width. Same like this, you can increase it how much you want, and you can go beyond that. But I'm going to be using 1200 over here. Now let's take a look at the background color. So you can apply a background color to any of your section. Like, if you take a look at this website, we do have a background overlay. We do have this, but here we have a background color to this particular whole section that says what I can do. So if you want to upload a background color, then what you can do is that you make sure that you are in the edit section over here, and then you need to look. Like, we don't have this color, so we're going to go into the style, and now we have this background type. Now you're going to have to select a classic one, and now it says the color. So you can set any of the color you like, and there we go. We have a background color right here. Same like this, you can upload a background image. And when you want to upload a background image, then what you're going to do, we're going to first go ahead and clear our background color. Then what we're going to do, we're going to select an image by just right here. If you just go into the classic again, you can see we have this image. And what you can do is that you can select any image. You can upload that cover image, and then you can just add it right here. Now you can see that we do have an image, and this is how the image is actually working. So you can also work with the background image, and the last one is the background overlay. You can also work with the background overlay. So if you want to add a background overlay on top of image, you can do that by just going into the style. Let me just show you from the start. I'm going to click this gear icon so that I'm right here. You're going to want to have to right click on it, click edit section, go into the style, and then in here you can see we have so many sections. We have background and background overlay. You can just click on it, you can select a classic one, and you can add a color on top of it, and now you can just increase the opacity or you can decrease the opacity however you like. So these are the most used styling that we will be using in this particular course, and that is why I wanted to give you an overview. Now there are a lot of stylings, as you can see. There is the border, there is the shape divider, and there is a lot of things that you can also work with them. You can take a look at them, you can understand how they are working, but don't worry, even if you do not want to do, as long as we will be progressing with this course, you will be able to understand much more things without the need of just like explaining you. So now let's take a look at the columns one. So for the column, we have the width, we have the background color, we have the box shadow, and then we have the border. So these are the most used styling that we mostly do for our column. So let me just open up the Photoshop right here. I'm going to go down, and you can see that these are actually the columns right here. These are the columns, and this is the whole column that we have. So like, let's suppose that this is a section. Then what we are doing is that we have a column inside it. Then what we have is that we have inside this we have an inner section, and in this inner section we have one column and then we have another column. So this column has a background color of white, and this column has a background color of white, and same like this, all these four columns has a background color of white. That is why they're looking much more clean. Now let's take a look at it and let's just see if we can use this. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to open up my website right here. I am going to just cross everything. I'm going to create a new section. I'm going to go into the select the column, and now I'm going to click edit section. I'm going to go to the style and I'm going to choose a color. So let me just choose the colors to be black. I'm going to go to the layout and I'm going to set it to be a minimum height so that I do have a minimum height just like that. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add another column. I'm going to click add new column so that I have two columns. And then what I will do is that I will add a heading right here. So it's going to say the best website. And then what I will do is that I will add an intersection right in here so that I have two columns. And now in here I can add a web design and then some of the content. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to get text, and then I'm going to get a text editor right down below so that I do have some of the text. And now you can see that this is how it's looking. So what I will do now is that I will just go ahead, I will duplicate this column, and then I will delete this column so that I have two columns just like that. And now what I can do is that I can right click on it, click edit column, and then I have so many things. I have layout, I have style, I have advanced. So what I can do is that I can go into the style and I can select a classic color, and then I can set this to white, and now you can see how is it looking. So what I can do is that I can copy this column, and then I can right click on this column and I can say that I want to paste the style of the column that I just copied, and now you can see this is how it's looking. So we are actually just getting this design, but there is some spacing, and this spacing is actually given by margins and paddings. And so for that we will have a new video that will be right after this, and inside that video we will be understanding that. So now we are fully done with the background color. Same like this, you can apply a box shadow as well. So let's take a look at it. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click on this arrow and I'm going to right click on this edit column, and in the style I have this border. So in the border I have this box shadow. I can just add a shadow of, like, let's suppose that I want to give a red color shadow, and then I can just increase it horizontally, vertically, and I can work with the blur right here. So now you can see that we do have this shadow right here. So if I just delete this column right here, I have one single column, and then I have a shadow right here of this box that is coming. So we also use column for that. Same like this, we also use column for the width as well. So let's suppose that if you want to change the width of it, you can just go ahead and you can do that. You can go into the layout and you can work with the column width. So if I need it to be 50%, then I'm going to do it. But you can see that I cannot go for 50%. And the reason for that is because I don't have two columns in this section. So what I will do is that I will add a new column, and then this width of this column will be automatically set to 50%. So now if I want to decrease it, like let's suppose that I want to set it to 30, then it will be 30, and this will be 30, this column, and this column will be actually 70 automatically. So if I just right click on this, then you can see that this is actually 70. So let's suppose that I want to make it to be 90, then it's going to be 90, and this is going to be 10 automatically. So you can work with the column width inside of a section as well. Then the last one is actually the border. So border is also mostly used for the column. So if I just right click on it, and then I go into the style, and then I go into the border, then I have this border right here. So you can upload, add a border, like you can set a solid color, and you can set the color to be red, and then you can increase the boldness of it. So let's suppose that I increase it from every side, then you can see I do get a red border right here. Now if I just set this to like 2 pixels, then you can see how amazing it's looking just like that. So you can add a border as well, And same like this, you can add border radius. So let's suppose that I want to add 20 pixels from every side. Then you can see how this element gets curved. And this is what we call as a border radius. So these are the things that you mostly do with the column. Now, don't worry about it. There are a lot of things that you do with the column, like you can give some spacing from every side. You can give spacing from the inside as well. And these are mostly done using margins and paddings that we will be talking in the next video. Now let's take a look at the elements. So for the elements, we mostly use the elements for the content, color, and font size. Let's take a look at it. Now, if you take a look at any of the elements, like this is the element, if I just right click on it and then I click edit heading, we have the content. So you mostly use the element for adding some of the content, like we want to write something, so we can write it with this. The other one is the color, so you can use the element for changing the color. If we go into the style, then we have this color, so you can click on it and you can change the color of it. And same like this, you use the element for the font and the size of it. So let's suppose that you want to increase the size of it, you can do it. In the typography, if you click this item over here, here we have the size. So you can increase the size, you can decrease the size, and there are a lot of other styling as well that we will be able to understand it as long as we will be progressing with this course. So these are the three main things we do with the elements. Now, I hope that you have got a basic idea of what are the things we use mostly in styling, the basic styling of Elementor. Now from the next video, we will be taking a look at margins and paddings, what they are. They are a bit more confusing, so I want you to pay attention in that video. So from the next video, we will be talking about margins and paddings. Stay tuned, guys, and bye-bye.